I'm gonna try to do something a little bit simple, quick and easy because it is no longer nap time, so everybody is up. We're gonna go ahead and get this started real quick. I don't really have a vision in which I want to go. I'm just gonna do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of like gel my brows down with this e.l.f. clear eyebrow thingy. And I love this stuff. I'm just going over my brows, kind of shading them in. I'm kind of leaving the front part alone. Usually I'll go under on the bottom side and kind of bring that down a little bit. I had an interesting like morning / afternoon. My Cadence's dad, his wife is not one of my favorite, like she's not one of my favorite people in the world. So if I have something to say to my baby's dad, I say it directly to him. I don't contact her because I don't have a reason to. The problem that I have with her dad is that he comes around literally every once in a while. And let's just be honest, like he's got substance abuse issues. It wasn't like that when I was with him. For the brief time that I was, he wasn't like that. But I guess over the years, as his life has gotten hard or he's gotten depressed or whatever his excuse may be, he's gonna have to answer to why he wasn't around, why things were the way they were. And that's gonna be a hard conversation for him to have and hard for him to kind of admit to her and to himself why he decided to be a douche, you know what I mean? Or to be an absentee type of father. I've been trying to catch up with him because I don't have a number for him, a working number for him. I don't have his wife's information, nothing like that. They're moving in and out of state all the time. I can't keep up with that. I'm just gonna blend this out real quick, try to get as close to that blend line as possible. I might have to go back over it a couple times, but anyway. So, you know, my sister happens to come across, because he will make a page and like, I guess, not use it and then make a new page or whatever. So my sister, you know, she calls me the other day and we're talking. She's like, oh, I saw another Facebook page for him and he just posted like yesterday on it, so this must be his new one. So okay, send me the name and I will look it up and I'll send him a friend request, because that's the only way to get in contact with him if it has anything to do with his daughter. I've told you guys this before. I don't want to chase a man to make him be a father. At the end of the day, if you choose you just don't want to be around or don't want to contribute or whatever, there's nothing I can do to make you do that, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to waste my time. You know, it takes about 4 days, but he finally accepts my friend request. I don't care. But then I go on his page to kind of just see what he's up to. See if he's still living the life of stupid path, which I figured he probably was. She shares a lot of pictures of them two together to try to, I guess, convince society that they're in love. They're one of those couples. And, you know, the posts don't come so much from him as it does from her. He posts some things, but she like floods his page with pictures of them together. And hey, you know, you want to do that, that's your thing. I think there's something deeper to situations like that, but it makes it seem like you have something to prove to somebody or even yourself, whatever. But I don't judge. If you feel like that's what you need to do what makes you happy. But on the flip side, it kind of irritated me because at the same time, it's like, you know, I sent you this friend request days ago, almost a week ago. You didn't immediately hit me up and say, hey, how's Cadence? How's my daughter? He didn't come to me and show any type of concern or whatever. But then I see all this, you know, interaction on his page, and it's like, you know, at that moment, I think a little bit of pettiness took over me, and I was angry. Not super angry, you know what I mean? Because this is nothing new. I've been going through this for 8 years, you know. Friends and family, how much you love your significant other and how much you're so happy with them. But you can't show your daughter, forget social media, in real life, that you care about her by keeping in contact with her and trying to have a relationship with her. So, you know, as a mother, it pissed me off. That's how I saw it. So I put on his page, I wish you would be as good of a father as you try to portray on social media that you are a good husband. This was like a week ago, okay? Now, mind you, he knows I'm a damn good mother. He knows I'm excellent. I've never went hard on him as on child support. I believe his thing is set at $50. It's been there for several years. I haven't changed it. I could have. I just haven't. But I have him on there because, of course, you know, he needs to contribute, and he doesn't contribute at all. I figure, I know he's got some personal things going on, but as long as I can get him to be accountable for something, then that's better than nothing, you know. And so for majority portion, you know, sometimes he'll work for 3 months and then I'll get it. And sometimes, you know, he won't work for 9 months and I won't get anything. I care more about whether she knows you than I do about your little $50. But I'm still gonna hold you accountable. You're not gonna get off with that. But she gets on there and she's like, you know, well, first he responds back and he's like, well, I know, but I still love my daughter. And I didn't disagree with that. I'm not saying you don't love your daughter, you just don't show it. And if you love her like you say you do, then put forth some effort. And so I didn't respond back to him, but then, like I said, the wife gets on today and she's like, well, the Bible says that it goes God, wife, and then kids. So I come first. You need to learn your Bible and all this other stuff. I'll put a screenshot here. First of all, it was more of a point than anything than a stab at her, you know. And honestly, any real woman would be like, you know, maybe she's right. I'm not saying she wasn't supposed to get offended, but I'm just saying it wasn't really, I don't have a problem with her. Why would I? You know, she's doing what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna take care of a grown-ass man. I think I'm gonna go in with a brown. I tend to do that, especially for my more natural looks, on the crease. Like a chocolatey brown. I really don't know what I'm gonna do right now. I'm just gonna go with it. We'll see. I know I look crazy. I'll insert the screenshots here on what old girl was talking about. But then she kind of just said, you know, that, and then I responded to her like, wait a minute, hold on a second. This don't really have much to do with you. Blending is your best friend, ladies. Even when you think you messed up, you just keep blending, okay? Just keep blending. So anyway, I go back and forth with the girl. You know, I said some stuff to her, and then she was like, you know, basically saying I wore too much makeup. You guys, I look fly. I don't care what nobody says. She tried to throw in the fact that I had a whole bunch of kids. Come up with a new one, baby. I mean, come up with something new. I told her some things about herself, righteously so, that she was like, damn, you got me. She was not being sarcastic. You know how some people are like, ooh, you told me, girl. Ooh, I guess you, no, she was seriously like, oh my gosh, you told me. My thing is that, you know, I didn't want to have to do that. I don't want to make this into, you know, I'm the bitch of a baby's mama. I'm not trying to do that because my beef ain't with her. And I told her that afterwards. She sent me this message and she said she felt like she was disrespected. And I told her, I said, you know what, honey, honestly, you know, you have to give respect to get it. And when I post something directly to him, it may indirectly offend you, but you have to understand from a woman's point of view that I don't really have a problem with you. Amaretto is what I'm using. I'm just popping it up under the brown. Okay. It's okay if you lose. I'm not trying to get this on my lid, but that's okay because once I go in with my lighter shade, you're not going to even tell that it was like that. So just up under that like that, just pop it in there. I'm not even doing this as neat as possible. I'm just trying to get it in there. I'm going to go back in with my other blending brush and kind of just blend them together. Boom, just like that. It'll all make sense in a minute, ladies. It'll all make sense in a minute. So anyway, basically, you know, I told her basically that, like, I'm not trying to beef with you. I'm not. But at the same time, I can't allow you to interject into my business with my baby's daddy. And I know I'm a wife, you know what I mean? My husband has other kids. I'm going in with the salted caramel which is like a light brown. I'm just putting it on my lid, kind of cleaning up what I did. I know how it is to be the wife and then be married to somebody who has baby mamas and has a little bit of baby mama drama. I know how that is, and it sucks, and it's not fun, and I don't want to be that person that tries to interject drama in people's life. But at the same time, if you come for me, be prepared for me to come back to you. Hold on, Cash is tripping. I'm going in with a clean brush, and I'm just trying to buff it out. Buff it out. No, all in all, I feel like we kind of worked things out in the end and kind of just like agreed to disagree. But I think we're just going to leave each other alone from now on. I think she definitely learned her lesson about messing with me. And sometimes you just have to stand your ground. Now, do I mean go and start drama or go and, you know, put yourself in a position where, you know, it just causes an upset? No, I don't mean that. But I'm sure the message was received. So now I'm just cleaning up my eyes a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and put in like a liner. I'm gonna go ahead and use my e.l.f. thick. They have a thin one, but I'm gonna use my thick black liner. And I'm gonna put a line on this bad boy. I don't know, what do you guys think? You know? And honestly, I don't feel that's wrong. I feel that's fair. I think it's fair to stand up for my child. So now I'm gonna put on some lashes. My name is Malia. These are some of my favorite ones. Anyway, I'm gonna use my Urban Decay Perversion. Some people don't like to put mascara on their lashes, but my mama always taught me to put mascara on your lashes and on your false lashes. You can do before and after, however you like. There's a couple other like major makeup artists that I've learned that from too, that they do it that way. So sometimes the old ways are the good ways. So that's cool, that looks good. So anyway, yeah, like I was saying, guys, stop. Like I was saying, guys, birthday weekend is this weekend, so I will be turned a little bit. Of course, you know I'm gonna vlog. I'm not doing anything special, I don't think, unless, you know, I don't know, things change. But it's the first of the month. I got bills to pay, and that's more important than, you know, turning up to the fullest extent. Plus, I'm trying to save because I'm going out of town in a few weeks, so I don't want to be, oh, and I have back to school, so I don't want to be stuck in a position where, you know, I'm trying to turn up but then my bills ain't paid, because then what? Priorities, y'all, priorities. We'll go out with my sister, but she's going to Arizona, so she's the one I'm going to she's the one I'm also going to Vegas with. So that heifer gets 2 vacations. I'm jelly. But she's going to Arizona to visit my brother this Friday. So she won't be here for my birthday or my birthday turn-up weekend. Now, ain't that just wrong? So anyway, I didn't show you this with my last lash. I usually use my tweezers to get it placed, and then once I do that, I take my fingers and I kind of push my MAC Match Master foundation, and this is in a 7.0. This is a little light for me, so I'm just gonna take the flat side of my sponge and just get in there. So then I'm gonna go in, you see the kids back there, with my Urban Decay Dark Warm powder, which is totally loved. A little bit too much, okay? And then this is gonna put some more color, because I feel like that other color washes me out. It's a little bit too light. So I'm just gonna blend this in together. Then I'll take some pictures. Stop jumping off my stairs. Mom life. I swear. So I think it came out pretty good. I kind of just played with some colors. That's what I would suggest you guys do. Just play with some colors and some different things and just blend. And it puts a lot of dimension into your look. And then it usually turns out really awesome.